of the Tea Party. Now they're from Windsor, Ontario, not Windsor, Nova Scotia, Windsor, Ontario. Really a great band. They just got signed to Capitol Records. And what the strange thing about this band is the lead singer looks identical to Jim Morrison, the late Jim Morrison from The Doors. In fact, he sounds a lot like him too, and it's kind of eerie interviewing this guy because I kept thinking, you know, am I talking to Jim Morrison? Is he like still alive? But they're a very, very talented band, and so I'm going to show about a 20-minute clip of the interview I did. They played a couple of songs acoustically too in the up at the Sub when we did the interview as well. So this is the Tea Party, followed by the best of Friday Night Rocks. I'm sitting up here at the Blue Room here at CHSR FM in the Sub, and we're chatting to the members of the band, I should say Capital Recording Artists, the Tea Party. Guys, maybe I'll just get you to go around and introduce yourselves.
Jeff Martin.
Stuart Chadwick.
Jeff Burrows.
Now, this be your first trip here to the Maritimes Perform. So you've been here previously?
Yeah, we were here last October. It was just 3 days in Halifax. It was fun.
How would the tour be going so far?
This tour is going incredibly well. We sell out like 70% of the shows, and a lot of markets we've never been to, like Vancouver, a lot of cities. And cities like Vancouver where we're sold out, we've never been there before, so it's a real buzz. It's a really good thing.
I'm sure you've been asked this question many times before, and you probably will ask it many times again. What's the comparison between you?
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, you and Frank Sinatra.
It's stunning.
It is pretty.
Jim Morrison.
Do you like that, or is it something that annoys you, or?
Like I've said to other people that have asked that question. It just depends in what context that question is asked, right? See, I mean, it's a natural thing. It's not something that is intentional. Whether it be fortunate or unfortunately, I sing like this, and my mom gave me curly hair. So that's just the way. It's just the way things work out, and I mean, so I'm not the same person, Morrison was. I've got my own vices to deal with, so.
Plays guitar a bit better.
Yeah, I play guitar a bit better than Jim did, so.
Should audition for the movie.
No. No, but we'll get Val Kilmer to play me.
Yeah. Now, where'd you come up with the name of the Tea Party? How did that come about?
It stems from just the dissatisfaction, disenchantment with the music industry a few years ago, and basically drawing parallels between taxation without representation to music industry representing not really what people want to hear. So in some manner we're having our own little tea party, our own little rebellion, doing what we want to do and hopefully what people want to hear.
How's the album sales going so far? New album?
Crazy.
Yeah. We didn't expect this. We thought we would have to tour for a considerable period of time, maybe get 4 or 5 songs out there in people's heads, to sell a few albums, but it's going well.
Now, has it been released anywhere else besides Canada?
It's coming out in Germany and Venezuela and Australia, New Zealand in November, and the States and elsewhere, whatever other countries, in January. So we're just actually preparing ourselves right now to leave the continent, so it'll be pretty interesting.
Now, I know the video for the song The River has been getting a fair amount of airplay on Much Music. Maybe give us a little bit of background on that video, perhaps where it was shot.
Well, it was shot in just inside of Toronto, a place called Old Mill. It's
a little sanctuary inside the heart of the city.
Yeah. And just the premise of the video, we sort of like to think of ourselves as musical surrealists. So we wanted the video to translate that as well. So that's what we went for with the video. So it's pretty screwed up. So it's pretty.
How long has this band been together?
Just over 3 years. But Jeff and Jeff have known each other since grade school, and we all make acquaintances early high school.
Is there any advice that you would give to a young local band that perhaps wants to get into the business?
Yeah.
Something you'd learn, maybe you could tell them.
Well, just don't get caught up in musical trends and musical fashions. Just a big world out there. Just be as curious as you can be, and
persevere.
Expand your minds, musically.
Don't sacrifice anything.
Yeah.
Write as much as you can. Try not to play too many covers.
Good idea. Okay, now your deal with Capitol, how did that come about? Did you approach them, or were they?
No, we were basically solicited by many record companies when we went to Toronto eventually to showcase what we do, right? And the thing was is that we were offered deals by other companies, but they didn't give us the artistic freedom that we wanted to have in order to do this thing properly. Like such as like me producing the record and the band having control over everything to do with the artistry of the project, right? And so EMI was the only company to give us that control. So it was cool.
I was mentioning when I was talking to the lead singer from Swing Galley last week, I asked him this question, and perhaps I'll ask it to you guys too. Is a lot of major record stores now, especially in the States, are starting to stock used CDs along with their regular stuff. Do you guys feel you're being ripped off because you're not receiving any royalties from this, or is your opinion?
I think once the CD's made, it can be bought and sold.
Yeah.
As many times as possible. I only have a problem really with like libraries, I guess, because if you rent a CD from a library or a rental place, the obvious intention is to take it home and pirate it. I don't think that's just. I mean, you wouldn't bring a video camera to an opera. So
A good thing what they do in Germany and some other countries are to tax or to compensate for that loss, because they know that people are re-recording onto blank tapes, as they add a tax on the blank tapes sales, and some of that money goes into like the melting pot of the publishing companies, and then gets distributed to the artists. So that's a good idea. Yeah.
With our vibe though, I mean, we're obviously like we're understanding, we realize the many factors involved in the business side of it all, right? But our thing is getting our record out to people, and I mean, we have enough trust in the record company. We have some really good people behind us, so I mean, that's what they're there for. We'll keep an open eye on it, but I mean, the music's the thing. So
hopefully our album is one you'd want to own, though.
Yeah.
As well, the thing,
not to give it away, keep it in your life.
Right, I figured if, you got a couple bucks, you want to buy you guys a CD, and you want to buy, say, the Rolling Stones, and you only got enough to, say, afford the one, and a little bit left over, buy the Stones one used, and buy these guys new, because the Stones aren't going to miss the money, but you guys could,
I think guys like Garth Brooks complaining about that.
Yeah, he's banning some of his promotional material from going to the record stores that are stocking it. But,
That's what you call a megalomaniac.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
That's another piece of advice to bands if you're concerned about money.
Yeah,
If you're afraid of
The world
debt,
would be better.
don't bother.
The world would be better without you.
Okay, well, right now maybe I'll get you guys to play a couple songs for us.
Cool.
Okay.
Have to be a fool If not for me, lady, you'd be living your reality. Yes, you would. So when I'm crying, lady, can you see my tears? When I'm crying, lady, can you see my tears? When I'm crying, lady, can you see my tears? So when I'm crying, lady, can you see my tears?
A lovely studio audience. Captive audience. Okay. Towards of Roy Harper, maybe you could tell people that. Some people know who Roy Harper is if they're not.
Well, I mean, well, for people who are familiar with Roy's music, Roy, you know, is pretty instrumental at the time of, you know, like the genesis of bands like, you know, Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd, and, you know, Zeppelin wrote a song, you know, dedicated to him, hats off to Harper. And, you know, on Pink Floyd, with Pink Floyd, he sang the lead vocal on Have a Cigar on Wish You Were Here.
Good friends with Kate Bush.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of work.
It's just, you know, he's a really influential British folk musician, and fortunately, through a little bit of fatalism, about 3 years ago, Roy and the band, we came together, and you know, there was this like transatlantic friendship that started to happen, and through that, he started influencing us as well, probably much in the same manner that he did with those bands at a different time. And it's cool because it's like an unfair advantage that we have over other musicians, because the wealth of experience and wisdom that the man possesses now, and sort of become like our own little musical guru. And you know, to top it all off, he's a great friend as well. So we're going to be doing things in the future together. I mean, there's plans of on Roy's next album of a collaboration between the two parties and Roy for in the springtime, and we're going to be doing this this show in Toronto. That's going to be it's tentative right now, but it's going to be like nationally known that we're doing this show in Toronto, and it's going to be a quadraphonic sound, 2 nights, and Roy's going to come over and be our special guest. So we'll see how it goes.
Impressive. What would be some of your other influences?
Yeah, John Renborn, Burt Yanks, anything like anything on the Peter Gabriel's Real World record label that he put out. A lot of just a lot of world music, a lot of blues artists as well, like Howlin' Wolf and Robert Johnson, that type of things. And obviously every hard rock act that came over the airwaves in Detroit, and King Crimson. So like we're from the Windsor at Detroit, right across the border. It's hard rock heaven. So that's what we were exposed to. MC5, Steve Gibson.
And individually, how long have you each been playing?
I've been playing the guitar about 13 years now, and singing out of the womb.
Punk artist.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for 9 years, and bass, which I primarily play in the band for About 12 years or so.
Now, tomorrow night you'll be playing at the Hideaway Club, I believe, in St. John, and I guess after that it's in Moncton at Ziggy's, is it? Okay. I guess this is irrelevant by the time Spanky's in Spanky's Moncton, which is irrelevant by the time this airs. It'll be over. But if it perhaps get you play one more song before we end off the show tonight.
Solstice.
Sure.
Okay, this is the Tea Party.
Tea Party in 2.